So I'm going to try and fit the roof box to the car, and it comes in three parts. We've got the roof box itself, the kind of the bars that the roof box sit on, and some little kit, and I've no idea what that is, but we'll open the boxes and see. And here's the very dusty car. You wouldn't believe that we actually washed this the other day, but okay, hopefully I can do all this myself. Apparently the Thule stuff, is it Thule? Thule? Oh, I'm not sure. Apparently it's the easiest or one of the easiest to put on the car. It's also one of the most aerodynamic and the less noisy, so hopefully it's good. Right, so I'm rubbish at doing this sort of thing, so if I can do it, you can too. This is the kit you need for the e-Niro 4076. You can find these for whatever car you've got, but that's one for the e-Niro. So the first thing we've got to do, according to the instructions, is pour water over the two bars. This may seem a little bit strange, but it's supposedly supposed to help you guide in the rubber that needs to fit in that little slot. So that's what I did, and there you'll see that it's supposed to slide in there, but it gets up to a certain point and then it just won't go in. And I've edited this. Well, I've edited about half an hour of me trying to get this damn thing on there, and it still didn't work. But you know, I'm nothing if not persistent, so there you go, I try again. But no, it just keeps getting to a point where it just won't go in. So perhaps my water spilling technique was not perfect on this occasion, but because I feel that life is too short, I found an easier way, and that is just to pinch the little things until they go in there. And that seemed to work a treat. Just pinching it in there, and it goes in nice and easy. Now I'm not sure why it didn't do it like this in the manual. It says slide it in on the manual, but anyway, I suppose do whatever works for you, but trust me, the pinching is easier. There we go, pinch, 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 and there it goes. And if you've got a little bit just dangling at the end, then get your scissors and snip them off. Next up, you need to turn that little bar around so you see the hole, the screw hole, and then you put one of the feet that came in the kit. You put one of the feet on there, and you just need to attach it a little bit, and you don't want to attach it too much. It needs to be light enough to give you enough movement to put it onto the bars on your car. And here it is again from another view. There you go, just need to turn that so you can see the screw hole in there. And then put the little foot on and just lightly screw it in. Really just screw it on until it just holds there nicely. You don't need to tighten it too much. So you do that for each of them, and in the end that's how it'll look. You'll have 4 feet attached to the 2 roof bars. Next job, of course, is putting them on the roof. In terms of positioning, it says a minimum of 700 millimeters between each bar, which I didn't actually measure, and I probably should have, but what I did was lined it up with the line on the car, you can just see it there. So there's one of those on either side, and that seemed to be wide enough. So get it roughly in place, and then push down until the clip nicely hugs that roof bar. And then depending on how anal you are, you can just move it into place a little bit better. But there you go. Again, you'll see the bar on the Kia, on the top of the Kia, that it has that little line, and they use that as a guide for positioning. So do that at each side. Except, of course, as you'll note here, I'm really struggling with this one, and I'm thinking, oh no, I've done it up too tight. But no, it's not that. After all of that struggling to get the damn thing on there, it turns out that Amazon have sent me the wrong one. They've sent me the large one instead of the medium, the 9593 instead of the 9592. So I've got to send it back. What a waste of time. So let's go again. Okay, this should be the right one. But you can see there, just as a test, that's how it fits now. So you see it's much shorter. Overhanging rubber, let's snip that bad boy off. And then back doing the same old process. And it's much simpler this time. So what I would say is, when you do get, if you do order from Amazon, just make sure that you get the right one before you go through all the hassle of putting the rubber on it and the feet and all the rest of it, because I wasted so many hours doing that. So you see it extends if you pull it. It clips into place nicely there. And then this is the point where you can tighten it up. So you get the little Allen key thing that came with the kit box, and then you tighten those black screws on the feet. And you can use the same Allen key to then tighten the top bit of the roof bar, and that makes sure that that stays in place nicely, so it won't slide over. And you should find when you do this, there'll be no movement at all. You can tug on the damn thing and it won't move. So next up, you've got to put these locks in, and I wish I could tell you that there was a knack for doing this, but all I found was you just got to push and wiggle and push and wiggle, and then eventually the thing will just snap into place. I have to say, the one drawback of this roof rack box system, it does seem to be that seems quite flimsy to me, but anyway. We'll see if anyone steals it. So that just kind of slides and then clips into place. And you've got to make sure that you get the right cover for the right side. So you'll see that there's a ridge on the top of that little plastic cover, and that corresponds with where the rubber goes on the roof rack. So you see it's on the right there. On the top right, there's that kind of ridge that tells you where that should go, and then you'll see that just slides over there. So do that on each of them, and then lock them in place. The locking mechanism is really tight, as you can see from my grimacing there. Well, the roof box itself is so damn heavy, I'm gonna need some help. And quite important is to make sure that it's not interfering with the boot when you lift that up. So just make sure you kind of move it around to get it in the right place. Then you want to unlock the roof box. Actually, the instructions were inside the roof box and not the cardboard box that the roof box came in. So if you do want to look at the instructions, you have to open it up, but only open it on one side. I made the mistake of opening it on both sides, and then it becomes an absolute nightmare trying to deal with that on the top of the car. So inside it you have these little clips that hug the roof racks. And they fit into place, and you can slide it along to wherever it needs to go. That just clips into place nicely. And then you turn that, and you have to keep on turning it and turning it and turning it until it's not going to turn anymore, because obviously you want it to be as secure as possible. And that's how it looks. Beautiful. Nice and secure. Give it a good tug. Make sure that's not going to go anywhere, because you don't want that flying off in the motorway.